Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Reality TV Africa. And I've just wrapped watching the finale episode of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip South Africa. And I have mixed emotions. I feel sad that it's over. It was a really good season, guys. I mean, I would recommend it any day. Please get your Showmax subscription. Watch Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip South Africa because the ladies did not disappoint. Okay, if I can rate this particular episode, I'll give it an 8.5. It was okay, it was good. If I can rate the season overall, I'll give it a 10. I mean, these ladies came with the fashions, the drama, the comedy, the shade. I mean, the confessionals. Lassie was the confessional shade queen. Loved her. Hilarious. Her jokes were landing. Her shade was landing. Who else? Who else is? I think if I can give the confessional MVP, it was definitely Lassie. In terms of fashions, who would I give the top? I'll say maybe Nonku, not so much. Mel plays it safe. My God, I don't think there was a really top fashion queen. I mean, they all had their moments. I mean, like Nonku's dress with the butt crack, as Lundi wanted to say, called it at the end in her shady commentary, was really good. I mean, whoosh, provocative and hot. Some moments Lundi was winning. Some moments Mel was winning, but the rest were playing it safe, to be honest. Anyways, aside from that, guys, let's get into the episode. I'll just talk about the highlights that stood out for me. One thing I appreciate Lassie for was always being the voice of reason. They want to call her Mother Teresa and whatnot, but honestly, if it wasn't for her, some of the things that were being resolved would not have been resolved, like Mel and the group, or Crystal and the group, or Lassie, Nonku and Lundi. So I'll give her that. She was a very great choice to be on this show. Voice of reason, wise lady for her, beyond her years, wiser than some of the ladies who are like 10 plus years older than her. Like the situation with Lundi and Nonku, I like the fact that she pulled Nonku aside and just leveled with her and told her, look, the reason why she's upset is because there's a reason why she told you off camera and now you're bringing it on camera. You need to kind of see where you're wrong for that, because there's things she wanted to keep private. And Nonku was like, okay, I see your point. Let me pull her aside. Let me apologize. Now, Lundi wasn't having it. Lundi was like, you're not gonna just get off easy like that. This is what you're used to. I want you to tell me why you're sorry and what you're apologizing for. She wanted her to own up to the fact that she did it intentionally and she did it to embarrass her and she did it on purpose, on camera. Now, Nonku is not one to own up to her wrongs. Just the mere fact that she's apologizing, she felt was enough. But Lundi was like, nope. But Lundi held her tongue in and was like, okay, girl, fine. I'm not gonna accept your apology, but I'm not buying it all the way, okay? Obviously, Nonku is the kind of person who wants to clean things up and, clean the slate. But Lundi was like, nah, girl, not this time. You're gonna have to either fess up to what you did, or just live with the fact that I'm not gonna fully be over it between me and you. Anyways, that was that, and then we quickly jump into the whole Nonku and her man's Salt and Pepper, she called him. I'm guessing maybe he's a man of a bit of an older age, and he has like the grays popping out on his beard and his head. I'm guessing that's what we call them, Salt and Pepper, right? Anywho, she gets a WhatsApp and it perturbs her and it's upsetting to her because he's not happy with her sexy post. Now, Nonku goes off on a tangent, and the girls are even over it because she's like, oh, I want to tell my story. I don't want to be known for one thing or the other. I am sexy, but I'm a woman of God. I have a calling from God. I want to tell my story. And Lassie is just everything. Lassie was not buying that spiel. She was like, girl, what are you saying? Are you trying to own the story with your sexy pictures? Girl, 1 minute you're all over a man or the painting class, you're all over a man. Next minute you have picked up a guy from a festival. You can't have the best of both worlds, girl. Pick a side. Yeah, to me, Nonku is just she needs to kind of like figure herself out. This was actually the first time that I saw Nonku actually react to the opinions of the fans, because Nonku always gives unbothered, like she just, all the scrutiny, all the criticism she receives. I've never seen her even clap back in her comments or on Twitter, nothing, zero. So this was actually quite surprising, but I guess it was fueled by the fact that the person who she felt would be rallying for her, which is her man's, was chastising her for posting a very sexy, provocative post, telling her, she's a businesswoman, she's not an influencer that's getting paid for those posts. Girl, first of all, Nonku needs to own who she is. But society doesn't view those sexy posts and that outlook that she's putting as that of a godly woman. Unfortunately, we are not there yet. We are not as advanced as a society, and unfortunately, Nonku, you have to decide which it is. And clearly, you're the sexy, iconic Nonku Williams International. Just own that. I don't know. It's a struggle for me. It's a struggle for Nonku, clearly. But nobody's buying that spiel. I mean, Liz was over it. You could tell Bev was over it from her face. Lassie was trying to make sense of it. Lundi tried to help Lassie make sense of it. I mean, despite even the issue that they had earlier, I was quite impressed by, Lassie kind of being like, no, what she's torn about is the, being sexy and, being a woman of God. She kind of tried to bring it in for Lassie, but Lassie was just not buying it, and neither was I, to be honest, because no, cool girl, we're just not ready for that. There's no world where those two things exist. Unfortunately, she needs to realize that. Pretty much. Also, did you catch the moment where the ladies were, when Lassie and Nonku moved aside, the ladies were going in on Nonku? And Bev was like, girl, I can't sit here and listen to them talk about my friends so negatively. Obviously, she wanted to know what Lassie and Nonku were talking about, but meh. Yeah, that's neither here nor there, to be honest. Side note, Lassie needs to fix that side tooth because she smiles all the way, girl. She needs to, my teeth are not the most perfect. You can see there's an overlap here. But a missing side tooth is like a lot. So girl, before you do your next surgical procedure, fix that missing side tooth. Just a word of advice. Love ya. Yeah, honestly, okay, before I go, finish this bit off with Nonku, I just want to say, Nonku, don't let a man tell you who you are, what to do, what to post. Nothing. You are Nonku Williams, iconic international, okay, girl? Own that with your chest. That's all I'll say on that. Nonku did mention that before she posted it, she did show him the picture and he was okay. Apparently, he said yes. We didn't see that evidence on, the show. But then he turns around and says what he says, because I guess the comments on her and her post were people commenting negatively. Well, I'm sure there was positive comments. I personally liked that picture when she posted it on Instagram. I mean, because the body is howdy, okay, Nonku? That body, your surgeon did a good job. So I would also post that up, okay? Now, the bonfire that Lassie planned was, oh my god, that scene was, there was a lot going on. I love the fact that she had the presence of mind to plan that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had some of the most dramatic things happening, or interesting or revealing, things. For example, I love the fact that Lundi got a chance to speak about, her relationship status, and how she went straight from a marriage to a new man, and had acknowledged the fact that she needed to heal from the hurt from her, the demise of her marriage. And I mean, right now she's single, like she said, and good for her, girl. You heal, girl, heal from it all, because, yeah, marriage isn't for everyone. And then when Crystal opened up about her trauma, and Liz kind of disregarded it so dismissively, I was like, why would she? That's so dismissive and so rude, only because I don't believe anybody walking this earth is unscathed and walking around with zero trauma, regardless of your race, your upbringing, how sheltered you are. I don't believe nobody doesn't have any trauma. And so that was a bit shocking to see. Even Crystal herself was like, whoa. But kudos to Crystal for not making it such a big deal. Or is it because she had a summer bay and was a bit mellowed out with the distraction and the fact that she was going to meet him later? She didn't, give it life, clearly. Not like the Crystal we saw at the beginning of the season. Oh my God, I was worried for the season and the ladies, because Crystal was getting upset at the drop of a dime. I mean, girl. Letabo, was happy about her birthday cake, which was cut earlier in the night. But when Bev was asked to speak, and the question Lassie asked her, of very shady question of who aren't you feeling, or something of that sort. Obviously, she was directing it at Mel, and she said Mel, obviously, and went on to say why and how she thinks Mel is fake. Woo! But now Letabo, I don't know. Letabo is an interesting character. These are the times you stick around, not when it's just chill and peaceful. These are the times you get in the mix, get in the mud. But she was like, I'm over it. I've gone to bed, guys. I'm guessing maybe it was a bit late in the night and the night had dragged along. But Letabo, you're part of the collective. Stick around and stick it out. At this point, I'm guessing the ladies had been drinking quite some. And it's the reason why Mel was, she had the liquid courage to, sit on Bev, which was like, whoa, everybody was like, whoa, what's happening here? And honestly, when I say liquor is a truth serum, I believed Bev when she said that Mel reminds her of her daughter and the hurt that her daughter has caused her in her life. And we'll get to that. But I feel like there's a bit more to it, because even Mel came into it with her preconceived issues with Bev into this show. But I really want to understand, what is their beef? And I've asked this before, guys. Maybe somebody can tell me, because these two ladies are, not from the same city. Bev is from Cape Town and Mel is from Pretoria. So I don't see where they met unless they had meetings off camera, cast events, and drama popped off there. I don't know. There's a whole thing with Piet following Bev. But to me, my analysis, I feel like Bev sees Mel as a younger version of her. And that's why she can see her daughter in her. And due to the fact that she has a really tumultuous relationship with her daughter, and actually non-existent at this point, she's probably projecting her issues or whatever issue that happened with her daughter to Mel. That's what it feels like. But there's also more. You feel me? Like there's another layer to it that is just a bit more personal. Nevertheless, They had their weird apology exchange and acknowledgement, but it was all a drunken blur because clearly right now those two are not on good terms, just like Nanku and Londi. Yes, that was that, and the ladies went off to bed, but not before we saw the footage of Nonku revealing to Jojo on a phone call at 4 a.m. that she had a huge verbal altercation with Londi, and Londi called her all sorts of devils and demons and evil spirits. I mean, she hit Nonku where it hurts, obviously, because she knows Nonku is all about being godly, right? And I say this in truth. Nonku wants to be a godly or associated with God and spiritual, but her actions are far from it. If we can keep it 100. And I do feel Londi was rightfully hurt by Nonku's actions, but Nonku is putting on a show. She's putting on a heart of the villain, and so Londi will just have to figure out how to deal with Nonku moving forward. Maybe they don't even have to see each other after this. Maybe they'll run into each other here and there at events, because they live in the same city, but they don't have to be friends, in all honesty. Yeah. Letabo visits Bev in her room the morning of the departure. And this, to me, was a very monumental scene. I mean, it was one of those situations where I believe production orchestrated this conversation, because Letabo has shown to be a friend to Bev, and Bev was trusting enough with Letabo to, own that conversation and talk about it openly. And it was quite heart-wrenching, honestly, to see, especially the footage of Bev and her daughter, which when we were watching her season then, we didn't think much of it. They just looked like a nice mother-daughter duo. But then when you see that now in the context of where the relationship is now, there is so much to think about, and so much that was revealed that was said and not said at the same time. Like when Bev was explaining how her daughter is close, they're close in age, they're very close, and everything that Bev has, her daughter feels like she should also have. And look, I feel like Bev needs to own up to this a bit, only because she's encouraged that environment and that relationship to be that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's this thing where parents have this delicate balance of between being a parent and being a friend to their child. But I think Bev skewed it too much to the friend side, because these two, Bev was only 19 when she had her and literally was still a teenager. So she was also growing up, and they grew up together, sort of. They came from humble beginnings and all that, and Bev explained everything. But for her daughter to feel so entitled to everything that Bev has, to the point that she's now with Bev's ex-husband, I mean, the questions Bev had when she found that out, like, were they having a thing when we were married? Were they sneaking around behind my back? Like, it was, honestly, to say the truth, I don't know how I would be able to move forward with my daughter after that. But Bev looks like she's willing to kind of, make amends with her daughter. I feel like her daughter is the one who needs to make the step of approaching and trying to make amends. But if she's still with that man, I don't think, it would be a comfortable situation, because Bev would give an ultimatum, I'm sure: leave him if you want a relationship with me. It's as simple as that, because how disgusting how crazy is that situation? Oh my God, I can't even imagine. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible situation to be in. And I feel bad for Bev. I hear Bev right now is also going through it with her new husband, like rumors of a breakup or a split of some sorts. But Bev has been dealt a rough hand at life. I wish her peace. And oh, Bev, I'm really sorry. Sorry about everything. And I hope at some point you and your daughter reconnect, because you can tell it's really hurting her. It's really hurting her. Crystal, we see Crystal returning to the villa the next morning from her night with her summer bae, Sebastian. And Alton is there to greet her, and obviously being the judgy Judy that he is, that was kind of annoying to me. I mean, let it go, like asking her questions, will you see him again? Like, oh my gosh, you went to see him again. I mean, oh, girl, it was annoying. But Crystal was forthcoming with the info. She said she met his sister, his parents. I mean, the parents must have been like, at least it's just for now, and I hope they never see each other again, because which parents would be okay with their son dating a woman old enough to be his mother? Because Crystal is not young. That boy was in his 20s, and Crystal is close to her 50s, so I don't know. I'm not judging, but I'm judging. Yeah, that's all I'll say. Yeah, the ladies are at breakfast, the final hurrah, and Nonku comes and she's ready to leave, because I guess Nonku's flight was different from the ladies because she was going to the US and the rest were going back, and which makes me wonder. I guess Londi's situation with her visa didn't pan out like she wanted it to. And yeah, I guess she didn't end up going to Miami, because those are the rumors that she wanted to go to Miami, but her visa would not allow. Nevertheless, I feel like it was such a waste of a trip for Londi to come for literally 3 days. Like, flying all those hours for just 3 days was a total waste. I wonder if she got the same paycheck as the rest, because I understand these ladies are paid per episode. Nevertheless, I mean, she did bring a lot of drama when she arrived, so she was a good addition to it. It's just unfortunate that she was there for just that short period of time. Yeah, the drama between Londi and Nonku was just the tension. You could see Londi was trying to have a conversation before Nonku left, but Nonku was like over it. I mean, gracious of Nonku to even hug her when she was hugging everyone around the table, despite the spat that they had when the cameras went down. But Nonku was done. She was ready to be, to leave that villa and just be on her way, on her merry way, because I guess what happened really hurt her. And I mean, I wish the cameras were rolling. I guess Londi didn't want to show that really bad side of her on camera, but she gave it to Nonku all the way. Anyways, that kind of wraps the episode and the season, and we see a wrap up of the whole villa cutaways, and Alton with a voiceover thanking the ladies and just thanking the staff. It was a nice sign off to the end of the episode, and I'm looking forward to the next installment of Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't know whether we'll have an Africa wide one or another South Africa one, because South Africa in itself has a wide range of cast from all the franchises that they have. And I did a live yesterday, I did a live. Yeah, they have a wide range of cast. I did a live recently, and someone asked me my dream cast, and I couldn't remember the names of some of them, but I know I want Bully G, I want Madame, I want Tobekile, I want Gometso. I hope I'm saying the names right. I want who else? Dreamcast. Not Le Joy, not Le Tabo, the other Le something on Joburg. Mrs. Mops obviously is not part of the Housewives world anymore, but if she was, I would have wanted her on there. And so Risha needs someone to bounce off her energy with, maybe Slee. But yeah, that's what I'd say for now. But guys, the end-offs of everyone with Mel and Bev still not friends, and the beef between Lassie and Letabo. I hear it's something to do with their cosmetic surgeries and the fact that they went to the same surgeon. I don't know if this drama popped off after the show wrapped. It sounds like it did. I mean, because Lassie is not the kind of person to have beef with anyone, but for her to unfollow Letabo on Instagram is a lot. Anyway, guys, I'll wrap it up here and look out for my other reviews for the shows that I'm watching. We're also about to get into the reunion episodes of Real Houses of Nairobi, so join me there. And guys, I'll leave it off here for now and wish you a good night and a good week ahead. Bye.